well, we're in the height of Storm Darragh. We've got this for most of the afternoon now, I think. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Gusting up into the 50s, and you probably hear the rain. Joys of boating. Got a Segment 33 next to us, which is really getting a pound in at the moment. I've been out and readjusted the fenders to protect the hull as much as I can, but wow. The row next to us is standing up to it so far, no problems. She's very stable. And Janet's just playing on her phone during it all. Well, that was a rough night. Pleased to say both boats have survived really well. Yesterday evening we had one of our friends who's further down the pontoon from us. They recorded 61 knots. And it got even stronger than that. Unfortunately, down there, and I'll not go any closer, a yacht's been dismasted. Well, we survived the storm, Storm Darragh. Got no damage. Well, I say no damage. We had a very, very small piece of damage there. It snapped a fair lead, so I've had to order some more fair leads, and I'll have to cut these off and install them. Never liked these ones anyway. What I'm going to start work on now though is changing the solar panels. These are quite old, don't give a lot of power out. They do work, but they don't give a great deal of power. I've got two over at that side, and I've got this one here. And I'm replacing them with these two 100 watt flexible panels. So we've got two, both the same. So I've just got to remove the old ones now, and then start work on installing these. I've got a fitting kit here. Parallel. So two panels to single in parallel leads, extension leads, and another box to bring the cables through. Okay, so up here we've got a gland box. I've got another one which will go over there, so it will sort of match, slightly different style, but anyway. What I need to do is remove these. These are stuck on. I will try and get them off without damaging the panels, but I'm going to bring the cable in and through these boxes here and run underneath the coach roof. But I have to get the connectors apart in order to do that. They did not intend these coming off. They've used, I don't know, Sikaflex or silicone sealant to hold them down, and wow, it's taking some getting off, and I don't know how I'm going to get this off, apart from a lot of sanding, a lot of scraping and sanding, I think. Hey, well, on we go. Well, that's the first one off. Wow, that took some shifting. It's been really well stuck down, so I'm guessing this will be exactly the same. Well, the second one came off a little bit easier. He hadn't quite put as much silicone on that, or Sikaflex, or whatever it is. The only other thing I've got to get off now is that. And I don't know how that's held on. Might have to use my multi-tool. Well, it looks like this is just stuck on again, actually. That's gone. Well, we lost that. That's that white blob going down there. Okay, we're up here on the roof. This is where the two panels were. Absolutely covered in Sikaflex. I'm going to try and get rid of the worst of it with a drawback scraper, and then I'll end up having to belt sand, I think. At least all this area is going to be covered with a new panel. This bit isn't, obviously, but that'll be covered with a new box, which I've just reordered. And the new panels cover all of this, but I am going to repaint this top. I didn't do a good paint job on it. I rushed it. It only had one rough coat on, so all the top's got to be sanded. So that's coming off quite well. We'll just carry on and do the rest. Okay, that's this side scraped. That didn't take too much. I can just orbital sand that now when I do the whole roof, which will be this afternoon, I would think. And then tomorrow, hopefully, I can get the new panels dry fitted. And so there we are. That's all sanded, ready to be painted. It's going to be a few weeks, I think, before I can paint. I've given the whole of the top a good sand. It was all left a bit rough from when I chucked a bit of paint on last year. What I'll do is we'll dry fit the panels, get them working and hooked up. They'll just be screwed down, so it's quite easy to take them off when we're ready. What I did find though is two of the panels that I've taken off were still working okay. One's giving me 18.5 volts, that's the bigger one, the 40 watt panel, and the other one, the small one, which I reckon is only 20 watts, that's giving me 16.5 volts, so they're outputting. The third one gave me 0, so that was dead, and that was probably what was pulling part of the system down. Okay, so there's the panels in situ. They're fastened down. I'm just waiting for a box to be delivered to replace the one that I dropped in the water. That should be here in an hour or so, and then I can complete that side, get the cables in and through, and then we can make all the connections underneath. Right, we've brought the cables in through the roof and got them connected to the parallel connectors. And again, it's rubbish weather outside. I've even got my hat on. So we'll just do a quick test on voltage. If I can reach it without pulling everything off. And I'm actually getting 19.8 volts from there. So the panels are working. That's super. I've wired them in parallel because we've got panels on either side, and when the sail is up, one may be in shadow to the other, and by wiring them in parallel, that won't affect the amperage that I'm getting. It won't pull the amperage down. I know in series, if you get shadow on one panel, it pulls everything down on your other panels. So Right, next I need to tidy this wiring up, and I'm just going to put some clips up here so that these are up and out of the way. I'll still have a little bit of wiring to worry about, but we should be able to tuck that up, and then I can put the extensions in and I'll run down that side with it through some trunking that we've got, and that will take me down through the lazarette and into back where the charge controller is. Right, a bit more progress. I've got the two cables connected up there and fed through down there into the bulb, through the deck into the lazarette. I've got the trunking up so I can get this tidied up, and the cables are fed through down into the lazarette. Here they are, and then they can go around and disappear around into that corner to where I need them for the charge controller. And just like that, that's done. Just needs a little bit more tidying up there on this bit, but that's looking okay. So we're nearly there, last bits. Well, we're finished. We've got the solar panels connected to there's the charge controller. We've got panels on, and batteries 1 and 2 are flashing green. Battery 2 wasn't when I coupled everything up. It was on a yellow. So I think we've got a battery that's actually going out. All that had been was stood static and it had dropped. At the moment, we've got about 14.2 volts going in at 1.6 amps. So that's pretty good.